Welcome back to the Etc. Podcast. I got my co-host Mark here. I am
Yo.
Victor. How is everybody doing today? And by everybody, I mean you, Mark. How are you?
I have great. Bit hungry, but great.
So am I. I like inhaled a granola bar that I found in my cabinet. Like, just creeping before I left because I was like,
Nice.
I don't have enough time to really eat a full sandwich.
Sandwich, yes.
So I was like, let me just and
True.
head out the door. But what's new with you, man? What you was doing this past week?
Nothing too crazy. I did go to the movies. I went to go see Uncharted.
Oh, I was about to say Batman, but
Nah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's that idea where it's like, what's crazy is that I heard a lot of people say it's like it got a lot of sales and everything like that, which I'm very surprised. I mean, it could be off of the idea that, you just have like people that are obviously don't care and are just like, oh, like it's a Batman movie, like crazy, like, whoa, shit. But to me, I was just looking at it. It's just like, okay, it's another Batman movie. Like we just had one recently about like 2 years ago. And
really?
now
What came out 2 years ago?
well, I don't know if it was 2 years ago, but Ben Affleck, like he was the last Batman.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, okay, now we have a whole new Batman again. And it's just like that idea where it just feels like, I don't know. And seeing the trailers, I mean, it seemed like it was like, all right, it was cool, but I didn't know if it was going to be like all that. So I still have my I'm still open-minded. Like I'm not like completely just like shut off, especially after hearing those things. I'm like, okay, it seems like it might be pretty good, but I'm not going to go too hype.
I think it's been like 5+ years since that last one.
Oh, you see, I don't
So
know.
it's been a minute, like, but yeah, I mean, I haven't heard that it's terrible. Like, nobody,
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody say that it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So it's just like, hey,
I
I
didn't
mean,
hear
I
it
think it
either.
did like 250 mil first weekend or something like that.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
decent.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was gonna go see it, and then we ended up just not doing it. So it's whatever. I was Uncharted.
It was really good.
Really?
Despite that it was obviously it's off a video game and whatnot. Obviously, I had my little like things to pick out because of someone who actually played the video game. You're just like you're noticing things and you're just like, oh, okay. So for me personally, obviously, I was like from the beginning, I was like I felt like Tom Holland wasn't really like it was really hard to depict this character as like Nathan Drake.
He looks too young.
He looks way too young, and if I was like
he needs a little scruff on his face.
he needs
if it's gonna
something like
work.
it just I don't know, but in my head it was like when I was watching it I was like, okay, Mark Wahlberg actually could have played like Nathan Drake. I mean,
Even then, he would be look too old. But
I don't know, I felt like he would have been perfectly fine, honestly. If you would have compared him and then put an older person to play Sully next to him, you would have been like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like that difference, you would have probably been like, that's fine. But obviously, if you put Mark Wahlberg and then still someone who's kind of young next to him to say, oh, that's Southern, yeah, you would have been like, well, they look the same age. It doesn't seem like it makes sense.
because like, I mean, obviously after editing and stuff, you can make it work. But like Mark Wahlberg is like old.
Yeah, he's
like-
he's kind of like
so,
getting
like,
there now.
And like in my head, Nathan Drake, with the exception of Uncharted 4,
Yeah,
Nathan Drake was like 27, 28, 29, 30 range in my head.
I felt like he was like 30, like in his 30s.
I feel like he got 30s in like mid 30s, like Uncharted 4. But like
Maybe, I don't know.
he was
I
like
don't know the
late
age.
20s, like early 30s range
Okay.
for the majority of it, with the
Yeah.
exception of 3 when he's a little boy at one point.
Yeah, true.
But like early Uncharted, he's like mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And because he started young. You got to
Mhm.
remember, like he started
Well,
all that
yeah.
shit young.
So that's why when I was watching this, I was like giving it a little bit of like, all right, cool, because how the story goes is more of like, it's almost like his first ever, like,
based off like basically the first
exploration.
game or whatever.
But like his first off exploration. So going off of that, I was like, all right, he's young, like whatever, it's cool, so I can't really like complain. But the reason why I said like, they could have had somebody else play, Nathan Drake and then someone play Sully, because I'm not like trying to like spoil anything, but like Mark Wahlberg didn't really do as much as far as crazy action. So it's like doing that, I was like, you could have just had an older person play him.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
then
there's so many other people that really look like Sully though that could have done the job. Which is kind of
Exactly.
annoying. That's why I was like, damn, like why him?
Exactly. So
And-
that, yeah.
Tom Holland looked too young to be Nathan Drake, and Sully looked too young to be Sully. Or Mark Wahlberg looked too young to be Sully.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are y'all doing this? And then didn't they not do like from what I saw from the trailer, isn't that story Uncharted 3?
No, Uncharted. Bro, I honestly can't remember. Low
Because the
key.
plane scene, I don't think was the first one.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. That whole plane scene. Yeah, it wasn't like that's what I'm saying. I feel like this isn't really going really based off of the game story. It's kind of like I don't know. This first one most likely is probably going to be just the basis, like just
But it
throwing
should
it
like
out there. It should be. You're
it
right.
should have
It
been
should
like
have
they
been.
should have just done the whole movie based off the first game, then done the second.
Yeah,
and
you're
the
right.
third.
It should have, 100%.
Or at least whatever timeline wise made the most sense. But I'm pretty sure that the game went as like years.
No,
went
you're
by.
right. It definitely should be, but I think what they're planning to do is just they're probably gonna take things from the games for sure, but it's probably not gonna be 100%. I would like to them to have like a movie based off of how like 2 was and a little bit of like 3 was, because 2 was more like mystical ass fucking like creatures
Yeah.
type shit. Like, so I hope they like are able to somehow dabble with that. You know,
Yeah, that's not, like
pretty cool.
how are they gonna do that too? Because like it's either the first or the second one where they're just like in a like a hidden city.
Yeah, it's like 2,
and like it starts collapsing and
yeah,
shit.
that's literally 2,
and
right?
that bald guy just has all these powers and shit.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
literally 2. Yeah. So I mean, hey, we got fucking Marvel movies, so I know they
Yeah.
can do it, but it's just how they're gonna execute the story and everything like that. I don't know, but most likely, you know, they're gonna end up doing multiple ones, and I think it'll be a pretty cool series. Like I said, this movie wasn't terrible. I didn't think it was like crazy, like great, like oh my god, everybody needs to see it. But off of somebody who's played the game and everything, you kind of just like enjoy it because you know what it's about and everything
Yeah.
beforehand.
And then isn't the first one with like the train wreck or something like that, where he's like in the snow or something?
No, that's 2.
Also
That's
2? Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
that is 2. Yeah, because that whole place takes place like where they're in the snow and everything, and then eventually they get into like a little bit more warmer climate. Then it's like underground. That's where you find that like whole temple shit and everything.
So what was one?
One,
Was
I'm
the
not
ship?
one I'm not 100% sure because I don't really remember playing one as
Was that the
much.
ship?
Shit.
Because like in the trailer, there's a point where they show like the broken down ship.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. Wait, what was 3 exactly?
3 was like in the Middle East, and they had the plane and all this other shit.
I don't know. I can't remember. There's so much.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Now they have to stick with it.
Yeah, they do.
Like you can't really like fuck.
Can't
Like, you can't
change it,
change
no.
anything now. So it's like you gotta write it out. But it's like if you want to call it these adaptations or whatever, you gotta like stay true. Like that's all that we care about as fans. Like
yeah.
if people ask for movie adaptations of different shows or movie or games or whatever, just stick true to it. Like, and we will have zero complaints. Why do y'all feel the need to like branch off? We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
God of War is getting a show or a movie soon.
Yeah.
They better do that shit right.
I know Halo's getting a show pretty soon.
They already dropped the trailer for it during the Super Bowl. It's on Paramount.
Yeah. So I know how that's going. I'm like shit. I don't know. How
And
that's
that looks like the game. Like they did a good job with that, but I
Yeah.
don't know how the show's gonna
yeah,
play
the
out.
story wise, I don't know. Like it's really hard to not make Master Chief like Master Chief because he's literally just in a suit. So if you
Yeah.
can't fucking make that good, I don't know. But story wise, that's the point where they actually got to make sure they do really good with.
Almost like Mandalorian type vibes, like with the suit.
Yeah, true. So yeah, like you said, I don't know. They need to somehow just. I mean, I feel like it's all right. Like I said, it's not like I think it's terrible, but
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good for what it was.
it's just frustrating when it's like, yo, you have the script right there.
Yeah.
Like you could literally like word for word just repeat the words that were said in the game and just make a movie out of it and do way better than y'all trying to like mix stuff up and make shit work.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like it was for me the reason why it was really hard to get into it because the whole idea of like Tom Holland, like yeah, great actor, Spider-Man, amazing. But when you have had that first before Uncharted, it's so hard to get that idea out your head,
Yeah.
and you're just seeing Spider-Man the whole time. That's why, like when I was watching it, I was like, it's cool, but it's really hard to see this as Nathan Drake, and
he doesn't look like him at all. Like it's different skin complexion, different like facial features.
That was like the only thing, but like I said, I thought it was cool. And now that I think about it, because while you were talking, I was also thinking about it because there was a point in the trailer where they were showing a part. I don't know if you probably remember it. It's like the part where he like shows that he like breaks, like Mark Wahlberg breaks in, he has a mustache or whatever. That's not in the movie. I just realized that.
They cut that out?
I just realized that.
Because people were, I guess, so like making jokes out of it. I don't know.
I don't know, but I just realized that because I just watched it and I was just like trying to go off the trailer when I was like first seeing it, like how like it was. and I just realized that wasn't in there. Because
What the fuck was the point?
I just realized it wasn't in there. I'm like, what the hell? What happened to that scene? Because I'm like, I don't remember that ever happening at all. The
And
whole movie, he never had a mustache.
Sully literally never looks that young in the entire series.
Never. Not even when they do like the whole flashback.
No, he was still like in his 40s or 50s.
He was still kind of had that scruff
like
on
gray
him,
and yeah, like. So I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Like I don't know. I get it. You got to get the right names and pull people in or whatever. But like,
I don't know, man. You know, it's
you got the dude playing The Witcher, who like played Spider-Man 2, and like yo, like he's doing different. He wants to do different roles. Was like, were the stunts really that deep? Because Tom Holland made it seem like he almost died shooting this movie.
They were pretty like, I guess, intense. There was a lot of parkour for sure. And I remember Emily was saying like, "Oh, I don't know if he's actually doing his stunts." And I'm like, I feel like he is because the stunts weren't like that crazy, but I feel like for him being so young, that's what I'm saying. For doing Spider-Man and for him being that young, I'm pretty sure he's able to like just keep practicing and practicing. I'm pretty sure he got it. Like it wasn't pretty like that hard. But I don't know. I mean, again, you can't really tell exactly what's so much special effects and what's not. I mean, you can as far as like things crashing and blowing up, but as far as how they're jumping and stuff, I don't know exactly what it is and what isn't. So, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I kept seeing this article. Sorry. For work that I had a yawn, but I suppressed it.
Like a demon almost tried to come out.
Stay stop talking about it. I kept seeing this article that the Tom Holland basically saying like, oh, like filming this movie almost broke him, or like it was so physically taxing,
like that too,
or da da da. I'm just like, what happened on this set? Like,
I don't know.
I get that there was a lot of climbing and shit in the game, but like, I know they didn't have you sticking out. They said that they were about to, but that they didn't shoot that plane scene on an actual plane. But supposedly that they tried to.
You tripping? I would have hit that shit. Let's make this as real as possible. Bro, that'd be a lot of fucking money though, because like to make sure it's like all like pinpoint right.
And you got to get the shot, because what if the plane's running out of gas, guys? Take 4.
Exactly.
Like, we've had to lift up the car up here 6 times.
Exactly. Like, come on, we can't keep fucking up, Tom.
Fuck, what do you want me to do?
Right. Yeah. It was a fun movie though, you know. Jokes were cracked here and there and whatnot. There is actually a kind of little cool little side, like little tiny like Easter egg in there that you probably enjoy. I caught it, like obviously because like we played the game, so it was pretty cool. So seeing that. So
who's Chloe?
There's
no Chloe.
Actress.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, she's in there.
I was about to say there's no Chloe.
No, she's definitely in there. She shows up at a certain point, but as far as like the actress, I don't know.
She should be there from the start. She's supposed to be a reporter who just ends up tagging along. You gotta stick to the story.
Wait. Who are you thinking of?
Chloe. Who's the blonde girl?
That's a different girl.
What's her name?
I feel like it begins with an E. I think
Evelyn or some shit like that. Emily. Not Emily. Something.
Chloe's
Chloe's the tan girl with the British accent.
Yes.
But then the other girl.
Yes, that's who Chloe is.
Who's the other girl? She should be from the start.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they actually met. Did they meet in the first game? I don't know.
Yeah, her whole thing.
I don't remember. See, I never really played the first one. That's why.
So her whole thing was like that she was a reporter, and like obviously like Nathan and Sully were looking for the treasure, and she was like at a certain, like not from the whole very start, but at a certain point she joins in, is like, oh, like you guys are looking for this treasure. I need to do my story. I'm tagging along. Like I'm not arguing about it.
Okay.
And then that's how shit start.
Well, yeah, I don't really like. She didn't pop up at all, so like I wouldn't know. But I mean, what they probably have their own agenda, how they're like gonna put everything in. You know, like I said, it won't be like exactly like game for game like how it was, but they probably are gonna try to somehow like incorporate it.
Yeah, and then The Last of Us is getting a show too. I think on like HBO, and like they casted that well. Like,
that's great.
They casted, what's his name from fuck. You ever seen damn, what the fuck is it called? Huntsman? No. What's that fucking movie with like the secret agents?
Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys in Kingsman. You know what I'm talking about? Dude with the mustache. He's in other shit too. Hold on, I gotta get this.
I'm just trying to picture because I know like,
and he's in Narcos.
Okay.
He's like the homie in Narcos, like the partner.
trying like so hard just because like I know they made so many freaking spinoffs now of Kingsman. It's like the only really person I remember in the Kingsman is the first one. That was Samuel Jackson. My man's was a
Pedro
whole.
Pascal.
Let me see, because I feel like okay,
That guy.
yeah. He's also the person who plays guy from like you said, he was in Narcos.
He's in The Last of Us and The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I was about
and
to say,
Wonder Woman.
Mandalorian,
And Kingsman. And Game of Thrones. Dude's killing it.
He's also in a new movie that I saw that's coming out. I guess not out yet. And I was when I was getting ready for Uncharted, like the whole trailers and everything before the movie starts and whatnot. And he's actually in a movie that's based on a real story with Mark Wahlberg too. So it's pretty weird, but oh no, it's not Mark Wahlberg. My bad. It's my bad. Whole different movie. There is a movie coming out with Mark Wahlberg that is based on a true story, but that's not what I'm talking about. This guy, he's also in a movie, but he's with Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
And it's very weird because the story is based off of him, Nicolas Cage, actually playing Nicolas Cage, like in like himself.
I can't deal with Nicolas Cage, bro. I'm so sick
People
of that.
give us so
How
much
does he
hate.
keep getting jobs, man?
Why? Why does everybody hate him so much?
Name 2 good movies that Nicolas Cage has done.
Bro.
That isn't the Constitution.
Oh, man. See, now you ruled out everything.
Everything, exactly.
Bro, I love National Treasure. That's amazing.
Name one other movie.
Oh, he played Face Off with this guy.
That movie's trash. Have you watched it recently?
Movie. Not recently, but I watched it long ago, and that shit was.
Watch it again.
I mean, for its time, you know.
He literally like. There's a beginning of that movie. They're trying to make him seem like he's the most like attractive ass man ever, and he's just tonguing down every single girl that walks in for like distance of him.
It's Nicolas Cage.
It does not hold up at all.
Look.
I don't care how much Hollywood money you put in Nicolas Cage. He is not attractive. You cannot make him look attractive.
Okay, this is true. But as far as just like I said, I feel like he's all right. I'm not saying he's the best, but anyway, the movie that's coming out, he's in it. I'm trying to remember what he plays though, as far as like what his role is. I forget. He plays some guy who's like he hires Nicolas Cage to like be at like a party or something for him. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's literally Nicolas Cage playing him, and he's just trying to get like jobs, I guess. I don't know.
It sounds like real life. It sounds like how actually Nicolas Cage gets roles in Hollywood.
So look, that's literally how it is, and I guess somehow it spirals into that and everything, and they hang out together. They're basically like they end up being just like buds through the whole movie and going through shit. I couldn't really figure out what the plot of it was. I mean, obviously, yeah, Nicolas Cage trying to get like the job or whatever, but then like them meeting and how the story goes, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah.
I want that kind of like I want to be that guy in Hollywood. Where everybody's like, yo, how the fuck does he keep getting hired? Like, I want to be that guy because I still get paid. And there's
That's
a shit
true.
ton of movies that he's been in. But it's just like, yo, like, let's be honest here. I don't know if I generally do not have hate for him. Like, I know he's done a shit ton of movies and he's in a lot. And I've seen a lot of his movies. But it's like, yo, like, do you really feel like Nicolas Cage has like genuine, like, yo, he's a like talented actor?
No, I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that. But there's also a lot of other people like that too. But it's almost just like he's just, to me, the reason why I feel like I respect him because he's just like one of the OGs. Like he's been around for so long. Like
he's really been around for too long.
It's hard to hate him. Right? I don't know.
It's super easy, sign up.
I don't know. For me, it's just like, I don't know.
I'll watch that American Treasure movie 1,000 times and I'll enjoy it every single time. I don't know what's so good about it, but I love that movie.
Bruh, it's treasure.
But I'm not gonna act like he is like holy shit. Like,
I'm not either. But it's just something about him when you just watch him going through the movie. You're just like, wow, this guy was it for this role.
But the thing is like you can agree with me on that.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why does he keep getting hired? If there's so many other people that can do the job, why him? Is he like the Rob Dyrdek of movies? Like, does he have a chokehold on somebody
I think
that
so.
just keeps hiring him? The same way that ridiculousness plays 24/7 on the clock on MTV when there's so many other things they could be playing.
I think so. You know, they just somehow got it.
What blackmail does this man have?
I don't know, but I think I would want it.
Facts.
Like,
Get me in, Nick.
they're two guys talking on the side and just like, oh my God, can you believe this fucking guy always getting roles? Just look at him. He's just in the side. Hey guys. It's like, oh god.
Pretty soon they're gonna put him in a Marvel movie, and I'm just gonna lose it.
Why do I feel like I heard something about that?
Yeah, because of the role he did with the Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
So if they bring in Ghost Rider,
Ghost Rider.
he's gonna be in it.
There you go. There's another one.
I named it. You didn't.
But I remember. But that was one of the ones I've watched. Like it was Face Off, Ghost Rider, National Treasure. Like those are the ones I really like remember watching. There was just other like horror or not horror. What would I call it?
I remember
Thriller. More like a thriller.
there was some movie where he was investigating something. There was just a bunch of bees. Do you know what I'm talking about? All my Nicolas Cage movies that I've watched them in a barbershop because I was waiting for my because a man came through a bootlegs and put it on the TV, and my brother and my dad were still getting a haircut, so I just had to sit there and wait and watch the rest of the movie. There was a movie where like this woman was burning on fire and there was like bees involved. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find it and I'll put it on the screen. This is real shit. I'm not making this up. And every time I've brought this up, I've ended up finding the movie. So no, it's true. There was that. I brought the last movie where some guy got shit on his chest, and I found the movie and I put it on here.
But you see, that's how he keeps getting his roles. The barbershop guys. You eliminate
The
them. That's his
bootlegs.
source. That's
Yeah.
that's his source.
I haven't seen a bootleg man in years. Do they still?
Bro, they've been
They got
extinct.
exiled.
They got
Netflix took them out. Everybody's talking about
Streaming.
Everybody talking about Netflix and Hulu got rid of Blockbuster. They got rid of the bootleg man.
Yeah, they did.
Where they get those? Yo, and whoever was making those thin ass DVD cases, where are they at? How are they doing?
They left too. I mean, DVDs are obsolete now at this point too.
Yeah,
It's insane, but
shit is wild.
Nicolas Cage. That name it sounds so good though. You know, Nicolas Cage.
All jokes aside, I'm gonna look up Nicolas Cage tonight and figure out who he's related to, because that has to be the case.
Tom Holland. It's
His uncle. It's like, look, I got this talented ass nephew. If you hire him, you got to keep me in movies. Can't I don't make the rules.
And it all lines up to the Constitution.
Cause like I don't know, man. But it's facts though, cause like you don't watch Euphoria, right?
Nah, I mean, I would love to watch. I just haven't gotten to it.
Good show. Season ended. Kind of like I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but one of the characters.
I know there was somebody who died, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's gonna suck because I know, but at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna be that attached to the show that much. I'm gonna be like, no. Like,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, you got to at least figure out how it happens. So
No, I know that. Like, obviously, I don't know how it happened, so that's why I'm like, oh shit. But as far as like, if I see that character and it gets to the end, I'm like, now I know. But
yeah, but there's a character. Her name is Lexi Howard, and her real name is Maud Apatow. Yeah, Maude. But her dad is a director, and her dad directed like Knocked Up and like a bunch of those like Seth Rogen movies, and she was actually in Knocked Up too, like as a young kid. But like now she's in Euphoria, and like the guy who wrote Euphoria, his dad is like a director for something else too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, who's Nicolas Cage related to that he keeps getting in movies? Because a lot of the time in music or film or TV, it's because their parents or somebody is like doing that shit. That's why Sweetie's here, like as a rapper. Her mom was like in music videos and her dad's and shit. Fucking Coi Leray, her dad is that one guy from like Love and Hip Hop or something. Stevie or some shit. I forget his name.
yeah.
But like that's how they be getting out here. And like it's like, yo, like how they be getting these roles? That's how, because their pops know somebody.
Yeah, it's always something about related to
The Hadid
whoever's-
sisters, their dads are
Yeah.
like popular and like had already like made themselves a name in Hollywood anyway. So they just said, hire my daughter.
Yeah,
Haley Bieber.
I was about to say, yeah.
Her dad is somebody. She was a fan of Justin Bieber, got them introduced, and now she's married to the guy.
That's so weird.
And at the same time, there's like this whole conspiracy that Justin Bieber low-key hates his wife. All right. I didn't realize the time. We're going to wrap up. But yeah, Justin Bieber hates his wife. Just kidding. Maybe not. Maybe true. Mark, where can they find you?
Find me Instagram, ETC Marky Mark, Twitter at Marky Mark, Twitch at Marky Mark. Victor, where can they find you and etc.
Find me and etc. on all platforms. I'm at ETC Victor, etc. at Real etc. Appreciate the love. Almost at 500 subscribers. Almost at 100,000 views. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.